Very good evening and welcome to this latest episode of Nationwide at 6, which we are bringing to you once again from the battleground Bihar. Phase 1 election is over, ladies and gentlemen. The booths like these, which you are seeing behind me, are now in the final phase. So if you are at this moment in any of the booth in Bihar, you would be allowed to vote. Otherwise, in just about a couple of minutes, all this will be shut. The booths will be shut, the EVMs will be locked, and with that, the people have also locked the fate of many key faces of the politics of Bihar across 121 constituencies and 18 districts. Here at NDTV, we will get you all the latest. It has been a day of a lot of drama, largely peaceful, but absolute drama, Bollywood style, from Lakhisarai constituency. Mokama, the hot seat where I am standing, thankfully has seen a huge turnout of the voters, but it has been peaceful. That's the underline and the most important thing. My colleagues will be joining me from across the constituencies. Sikta is joining us at this moment. So is Chandan. All of them have had a very, very long day reporting, bringing you the latest, the elections of Bihar, the battle of Bihar, the first election after Operation Sindoor, and implications of this will be large. But at this moment, an important breaking news coming in. Let me very quickly tell you the latest figures. In fact, till 5 p.m. in Bihar, and this is heartening to see, bumper voting has taken place. More than 60% of Bihar has voted in the first phase till 5 p.m. And this is expected to go up even higher. If I compare this to what happened in 2020, where the voting for the first phase till 5 p.m. was about 51.8%, this tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a jump of more than 8% vote in the polling for the first phase. Now, is this a massive anti-incumbency vote, a vote for change, or is this vote a pro-incumbency vote, a great farewell for the incumbent Nitish Kumar, who has been on the hot seat of Bihar, the Chief Minister's chair for the last 20 years? We'll have to wait for 14 to decode that. But at this moment, we are seeing massive voter turnout even throughout the day. When I was traveling across Mokama and Lakhisarai, a lot of booths saw massive, huge queues, and especially the queues of women. Double the size of where the men were standing. How much of an impact, what kind of an impact is it going to be? Is it the magic of the 10,000? But at this moment, the important thing is that till 5 p.m., more than 60% of voters in the first phase have exercised their franchise, which is more than 8% than what happened in 2020. I will discuss the implications and what this means in a short while from now. But I want to keep the spotlight on one of the most dramatic things that at least I have also seen covering elections in, for the last decade and a half across India. I covered the 2015 election in Bihar, 2020, but nothing of this nature, at least I have seen. Full Bollywood-style confrontation between the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar and the BJP candidate from Lakhisarai. Once he accused the RJD activist to, attacking him, throwing cow dung on his car. And while he made these assertions, was very angry and animated with the Superintendent of Police in Lakhisarai. I was trying to, get a reaction from him, was following his convoy. It was almost as if in movies you see two opposing sides coming on the middle of the road. The Deputy Chief Minister, right in the middle of the road, of absolutely furious argument with the RJD MLC. It came to, I will see you after 14th, you are done and dusted. Everything that you can think a dialogue writer can write in this Bollywood-style confrontation was there right in front of the NDTV cameras. I want you to see this to actually believe that this happened today in Bihar.
दारू पी के जाके हंगामा क्यों करते हो?
तुम हो क्या? तुम अपने आप को क्या बुझो?
बनाओ पदाधिकारी को उसको चेक करवाओ।
हाँ चेक कराओ। तुम बोलने वाले कौन हो?
चेक करवा तो इसको दारू पिए हुए हैं। मैंने रोको इसको। दारू पी करके कुछ हंगामा करता है।
कौन?
दारू पी के हंगामा।
जमानत डेथ हो गया।
बॉडीगार्ड भी दारू पी ले
अरे दारू पी के हंगामा के इसको चेक करवाओ।
दे रहे हैं
ये राजद का एमएलसी
जमानत डेथ हो गया है।
राजद का दारू पी के हंगामा कर रहा है।
तुम बुरा जमानत डेथ हो गया।
कहाँ प्रशासन लगाओ को?
तुमने पैसे
ये दारू पी के हंगामा कर रहा है बूथ पर जाकर के। दारू पी के अभी भी दारू पिए हुए है। अभी नदियामा से लोग
तुम सारे पापी कहाँ से ये इलाका में आ गए?
दारू पी करके फिर सब चढ़ा हुआ है।
और ना तो तुमने पैसा उतार देंगे 14 तारीख को उतार देंगे। 14 तारीख को रिजल्ट में।
और धमकी मत दो। तुम्हारे जैसा जब कितना गुंडा है
छोड़ो।
राजद के गुंडा को हम ठीक कर देंगे।
छोड़ो रे।
ये उचित नहीं है।
समस्या है कि इनके गुंडा कब्जा करना चाहते
गुंडा तो तुम्हारा आप लोग।
ये सरकारी देख लीजिए कितना जबला लेकर चल रहे हैं। इनको राइट है।
राजद के
गाड़ी
गुंडा
देखते हो, गाड़ी देखते हो,
गाड़ी नहीं छेकता गाड़ी
गाड़ी देखते हो,
दारू पी
गाड़ी
के
देखते हो।
अभी नदियामा में घेरे हुए लोग हैं। नदियामा में कैसे घेर लेता आपको? नदियामा में कुल गांव वाला घेर लेता। अभी हमको बुलाया है।
दारू पी के गुंडा कर रहे हो। ये दारू पिए हुए गुंडे कर रहा राजद का एमएलसी है।
इनका जांच करवाइए।
तुम कौन हो?
दारू पीना जांच होगा। आपका जांच होगा।
कुछ नहीं तुम हो
अरे
गया।
राजद
रिजल्ट हो
का
गया।
अरे छोड़ो।
चुनाव हार गए। बखलाहट है। चुनाव हार गए।
चलिए
बखलाहट है।
इसीलिए दारू पी के ये लोग
बखलाहट है। बखलाहट।
डग डग मुख महक रहा है दारू पिए हुए। देखिए दारू पी के डग डग मुख महक रखा है।
चुनाव हार गए। बखलाहट है।
दारू पी के बूथ पर क्यों गए हंगामा करने?
अरे तुम्हारा गुंडा कब्जा कर रहा था जो लाखों रुपया पकड़
सबसे बड़ा गुंडा तो तुम हो कि गुंडे करते हो जाके दारू पी के।
कब्जा करना चाह रहा था। नहीं होने दिए। कब्जा होने नहीं
दारू
दिए।
पी करके दारू पी के जाने का अरे उचित नहीं है।
अरे लगाने दीजिए ने। इनका काम है दिन भर झूठे बोलना है।
डग डग मुख महक रहा है दारू पिए हुए। देखिए दारू पी के डग डग मुख महक रखा है।
अरे महुआ
बहुआ दारू पिया या कोई दारू पियो दारू है।
आप सर कहाँ से आ रहे थे? क्यों आप यहाँ पर रुक गए?
अरे हमने
डेप्यूटी
गाड़ी के सामने लगा दिया।
लेकिन आप तो इस तरफ से आ रहे होंगे ना सर। उनका गाड़ी तो इधर खड़ा हुआ है।
सामने में घेर दिया ना।
तो अभी इससे पहले भी आपके साथ आपके साथ एक घटना हुई। आप वहाँ पर-
नदियामा में जाके ही दारू पी करके हंगामा कर रहे थे। अभी लोग बताया है हमको। हम जा रहे हैं नदियामा।
वहीं पर जा रहे थे। और यहीं पर इनके साथ आप प्रशासन जो प्रशासन है
ये गुंडा सब राजद का गुंडा पोषित गुंडा किस तरह से गाड़ी पर देखते हैं। और ये दारू पी करके गाँव में धमकी दे रहा है। ये दारू पी करके डग डग मुख महक रहा है। दारू पी के गाँव में जाकर हंगामा कर रहा है।
प्रशासन की तरफ से क्या कार्रवाई हुई है? प्रशासन की तरफ से क्या कार्रवाई हुई?
ये आ गया है। ये एमएलसी है आरजेडी का अजय सिंह और सुजीत कुमार जो जदयू के नेता थे। अभी गए हैं कांग्रेस में। ये सब मिल करके बूथ कब्जा करने गए थे नदियामा में।
प्रशासन की ढील है क्या ये? आप इस क्या प्रशासन की ढील बता रहे हैं सर इसे आप?
प्रशासन की जिसकी भी लापरवाही हो कार्रवाई जरूर करे चुनाव आयोग।
This is an unprecedented situation that at least I have seen in the last few years of covering the election. This is the Deputy Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Sinha, and we are in Lakhisarai constituency at this moment. Earlier, he said that when he was going through a constituency, there was attack on his car. There was, and then he sat on a dharna there, spoke to the SP, who denied that any thing of that nature has happened. Now, while he was on his way, what happened was there was an RJD MLC who was coming from the other side. Both of them right in the middle of the road. It almost seemed like a scene out of a Bollywood film. Both of them came, right face to face, stopped their cars in between, and it was free for all. Oh, both of them taking on each other, shouting at each other and asking, in fact, the Election Commission to take cognizance. His allegation is that the RJD was trying to influence the voters, while the RJD MLC also said that it is Vijay Sinha who is intimidating the voters. It is absolutely unprecedented what has happened here, despite the massive security that you see going around with the Deputy Chief Minister, allegation of his convoy being attacked, the SP in denying these charges, and then of course this confrontation face to face between the MLC of the RJD and the BJP candidate from Lakhisarai, the Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Sinha. With my colleague Gopal Ankityagi, NDTV. this is the heat of the election that at that moment he is not the Deputy Chief Minister, he's just a candidate trying to ensure that he doesn't lose out. But it's absolutely crazy what happened today. But let me tell you once again, despite all the drama that you are seeing off the polling booths, Bihar has come out and voted in huge numbers. This is the highest voting turnout in Bihar in the last 20 years, ladies and gentlemen. And the numbers that I'm quoting to you is only till 5 p.m. Now, there is going to be, of course, the counting that will be done till 6 p.m. and that will be provisional. And even later, because if you are inside the polling booth till 6 o'clock, you can still vote. And once the polling, in fact, this is, I also want to show you, this is very interesting. These are the people, those who are inside the polling booth, only they are allowed to vote at this moment. Anybody else cannot go and vote. So if you are not in the polling booth by 6 p.m., then you are not allowed to vote. It's already 6 past 9 at this moment. So the voting process officially has come to an end. Let me very quickly at this moment go across to my colleagues, those who are joining me. I have Prabhakar, our Patna Bihar Bureau Chief, who has had a very, very long election campaign for the last couple of months, has been extremely busy. We also have my colleague Sikta, Tejashri is joining us, so is Chandan, and Raman is also with us. Prabhakar, coming to you first. Polling ends for the first phase. Thankfully, it has been peaceful, barring that bizarre incident with Vijay Sinha and the confrontation that we played out. I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, and not to forget the Chhapra incident. So there were two similar incidents, one at Lakhisarai and one at Chhapra, where the candidates actually were alleging each other actually of attacking, of violence, and the police actually refuted their charges. Police said that it was concocted and nothing of this sort happened. Going by my experience of covering elections, Ankit, for last 25 years or so, what I have seen so far is that if in middle of the polling day, voting day, if a candidate actually cries foul, starts making allegations against each other, then that particular candidate is supposed to be on a weak wicket. Is trying to actually get an alibi, and he's on a weak wicket. So those whoever is actually the one who is in command would never have time to go and start hurling allegations against the opposition candidate. So a similar incident of Lakhisarai nature happened in Chhapra, where one of the candidate accused the other of violence, and our colleague Sikta was there covering it. So barring these two incidents, so far the voter turnout has been very good, and most encouraging, the women has come out in large number and vote. And remember, they are the real MY factor here, the Mahila and the youth. So it would be very interesting to see whether these women actually queued outside the polling station to save Nitish Kumar or to throw him out.
Right. Like I said, people are taking this as the last election for Nitish Kumar. This could also be the best send-off that he could have expected if indeed that is the case. Sikta is joining us at this moment. She's in Chhapra, high-profile constituency. Kesari Lal Yadav facing off there, squaring off there with Choti Kumari of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Sikta, that other incident happened where you were, allegations, counter-allegations. Just give our viewers a sense of what happened at that point and how has the voting been. Did you also see large number of women coming out, outspacing the men as far as the voting is concerned?
Let me begin with what's happened with the sitting MLA of Manjhi, which is one of the seats of this Saran Lok Sabha seat. He's the sitting MLA and he's from CPM. I'm right now waiting for him, Ankit, to have a chat with him and actually get a sense of what actually happened with him. He has informed the police, and while I spoke to him on the phone, he has informed that since last evening, few his political opponents on some motorbikes were following him. They pelted stones at him. Today the same incident happened around daytime, and he wants it to report it to police and file an FIR. So that's what he wants to do and come and meet us right here. We are waiting in front of his house right now. So this is the ground reality of Manjhi, which is one of the sitting MLA who has been attacked by his so-called political opponents. We still need to wait and look at his version and hear him out. So that's that. While Chhapra Vidhan Sabha seat, which has become high profile, as you said, because of Keshri Lal Yadav's being the candidate of RJD, we must remember this was once upon a time a bastion of RJD when Lalu Prasad Yadav used to contest from this Chhapra seat. And in fact, that joining Sonpur Vidhan Sabha seat is where he began his electoral politics. It was the first time from Sonpur seat that Lalu Yadav became the MLA. So this area is RJD's bastion till BJP has taken over, and now with Keshri as their prime candidate or a showstopper for this area, they want to regain it, while BJP is trying to mark its hat trick with CN Gupta winning the seat twice, and now a younger BJP worker, Choti Kumari, has been given this opportunity, and her destiny is now locked in these EVM machines, and we have to wait and watch. While Keshri has been collecting a lot of crowds during his election campaign, Ankit, and a lot of selfies, a lot of younger crowd wanting to be with him. We'll have to wait and see whether those selfies, that crowd has turned into votes for him.
That's of course now everything, it's gone out of their hands. Whatever they could, the candidates, they have done. Now it's of course the voters, those who have already made up their mind, locked it in the EVMs, behind me, and across the first phase of voting in in the state of Bihar. But Teshri, my colleague, is also joining us, and she reported from the very important Bhojpur region today. Teshri, just give our viewers a sense of what you saw. Were there equally long queues of the voters? Because this is a very important region for both the sides, for the Mahagathbandhan to continue its slight edge that they had as far as the first phase is concerned when it compared it to 2020. And this is also the phase where the NDA would want to perform better if they want to reach what the Home Minister said, the target of 160.
Well, absolutely. And if I talk about the areas where we visited, then definitely there were long queues we witnessed, and especially the women voters came in large numbers. And interestingly, it was not just one single woman voter who came, but what we also observed was that 3 to 4 women, 5 women of a group of 5, group of 7 to 8 came together to cast their vote, and they were standing in long queues. And in fact, when we asked them that, since how long you're standing in the queue, they said that it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and they were ready to wait for even an hour. And they said that now we want some kind of development to take place. And when we went more to the rural areas, then the problems were very basic. They said in the major problem that we face is about sanitation. Ghar mein pani bhar jata is what they say. In fact, they also spoke about the employment. They wanted that their children now should get employment. Not just that, but women were also acknowledging the fact about rupees 10,000 that is supposed to be transferred in their account is what they stated. But yes, it is going to be a tough fight, because Mahagathbandhan will be wanting to retain their seats that they have, but it will be a litmus test for the BJP, because if BJP wants the magic number, if they want to touch the magic number, then yes, they will definitely have to gain from this particular area of Shahpad, from where we reported, because this has been a stronghold of the Mahagathbandhan of RJD. So the core voter of RJD, will they be shifting from RJD? Will they be shifting from Tejasvi Yadav to the BJP? Because, importantly, Prime Minister also held a rally over there.
Right.
JP Nadda also held a rally. Rahul Gandhi did carry out a voter Adhikar Yatra. And so just Tejasvi Yadav did held a rally. So for all of them, it became a very important focus point. But again, voter of Bihar is very smart. He knows that where he has to cast his vote. Back to you.
Voter of Bihar, he or she, all of them know, they are very smart, but there are certain, this is very heartening to see the kind of voting percentage that we are seeing, which usually is associated to the rural areas, but across the first phase of polling as well. My colleague Raman is joining us from Patna. Patna, of course, the 4 constituencies of the city area dominated by the BJP and the NDA usually, but Raman, highest polling percentage ever as far as Bihar is concerned, and that we are talking about till 5 p.m. It is expected to go up. What happened in Patna today? What are the expectations? What were the issues that people were talking to you about? Okay. I think there is some issue with the audio line that Raman has. We'll try and fix that and go back to him. Chandan also joins me. Chandan has been covering, certain areas of Bihar. Chandan, I'm sorry, I forgot the location that you are at. Tell our viewers where you are at, and also give our viewers a sense. What does this high voting percentage mean? Is it a pro incumbency vote? Is it vote for change? What did you experience?
Well, Ankit, I was covering North Bihar, 3 important districts. One was Muzaffarpur, then Samastipur, and then Darbhanga. 2 key observations that I had, 2 key experiences that I had during the whole day when I covered almost 17 to 18 booths. One, which is common in all the parts of Bihar, which you also said, Sikta also said, all our colleagues have said and reported, that a large number of women's were there at the polling booth. If you have to compare, I went to many of the booths where men were mostly 5 to 10, whereas I could see a large queue of women, those who came out of their homes to vote. First. Second, not just women, but also Muslim women in different areas, those dominated by Muslim population, or in other regions. A large turnout of women voters clearly shows the jump in the voting percentage that we have as of now of 60%. And when this after 6 p.m. reading would be taken out, I guess it has to cross around 65 to something between 67. 1. 2. If you have to ask me that this voting percentage, what does this indicate? I'll give you one line that I had to listen today from almost everywhere that I was covering in these 3 districts. One was विकास तो हुआ है और भी विकास की जरूरत है. So clearly the voters, those who were queued in line to vote, were very clear on the thought, and that's why if we go by what we have seen, it clearly shows me an edge to NDA in all the 3 important districts of North Bihar, whereas there are few seats where there is a tough competition. In Darbhanga, there are few seats where AIMIM candidates are also there.
We will leave the exit poll for 11th, but right, we'll leave the exit poll for 11th, but it is interesting what you are saying. The question about development and who do they think can actually take it forward. Has Tejaswi Yadav been able to present that alternative is the big question that will be answered on the 14th. Before I take a quick break, I want to very quickly, Chandan zara idhar aa jaiye, because I am in Mokama and I just want to very quickly introduce our local colleague here. Chandan ji has been reporting from Mokama for a very long time for NDTV. Chandan ji, फटाफट मुझे आप ये बताइए, जो हमने आज पूरा घूम कर आए, महिलाओं की हम लोग को बहुत संख्या दिखाई पड़ी, वोटिंग अब खत्म हो चुका है, क्या मुद्दे आपको रहे जो आपको लगता है कि लोगों ने मोकामा में वोट किया? क्योंकि मोकामा की बात जब बाहर से देखते हैं तो सिर्फ 2 ही लोगों के नाम पे सिमट जाती है, एक अनंत सिंह और दूसरा सूरजभान.
यही गलती है सर, ये मोकामा पोटेंशियल जगह है, यहाँ की जो पौराणिक कथा है या पौराणिक मान्यता है जो यहाँ का है उसको लोग भूल गए और मोकामा को बदनाम करने में लगे हैं. लेकिन वो सच्चाई है कि मोकामा में बाबा परशुराम, माँ मरियम.
वोटिंग का बताइए मुझे अभी.
वोटिंग शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से हुई है, कहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुई है. लोगों को जो डर था, भय था, प्रशासन ने सारी भय को दूर कर दिया और बहुत अच्छा काम, बहुत पीसफुल मतदान हुआ.
सवाल मैं आपसे पूछ लूं, पोलराइजेशन हो गया क्या उस हत्या के बाद? और क्या ये माना जाए कि अंतिम सत्य मोकामा में जाति है, उसी पर वोट हुआ है, कास्ट के ऊपर वोट हुआ है?
सर, कास्ट तो दोनों थे, लेकिन अनंत सिंह और सूरजभान का यहाँ चल रहा था मुकाबला. इन दोनों में अनंत सिंह ने पहले से भी किया है, 4 साल जेल में रह करके सूरजभान जीते थे, मोकामा के विधायक बने, कभी पब्लिक से उनकी मुलाकात नहीं हुई. अनंत सिंह हैं, उनकी भी पब्लिक से मुलाकात होती नहीं, चूंकि उनकी पत्नी बनी थी पिछले बार उपचुनाव में. लेकिन मिला जुला करके जातीयता बिहार की एक अलग है, उससे हटकर मोकामा है। पूरे बिहार ने आज पूरा देश दुनिया देख रहा है, मोकामा में जातीयता का रंग कभी छूट नहीं सकता है सर।
अंतिम सत्य, as they keep saying in Bihar, is the caste. All right, we'll dissect this further, but at this moment I have to take a very quick break. I'm coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.